Hey there, welcome back to Financial Futures, your go-to channel for all things finance. Today, we're diving into some breaking news that's going to impact millions of Social Security beneficiaries. The first major data point for determining next year's cost of living adjustment, or COLA, has just been released, and the numbers are looking promising. Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll have a solid idea of what kind of raise you can expect in your Social Security checks. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Alright, let's jump right in. So, here's the scoop. Earlier today, we got the official inflation data for July. Now, this is the first of three key pieces of data we need to calculate the COLA for 2025. Think of it as the first piece of a puzzle that, when fully assembled, will tell us exactly how much more you'll be getting in your Social Security benefits starting in January. And the good news is it's a pretty strong start. This first data point is showing some positive signs, especially compared to the sluggish numbers we've seen earlier this year. So, what exactly are we looking at? The Consumer Price Index, or CPI, for July showed a modest increase of 0.2% month over month. Now, that might not sound like much, but it's right in line with expectations and is actually a good sign that inflation is stabilizing. On a year-over-year basis, inflation came in at 2.9%. This is the lowest we've seen since March 2021, which, interestingly enough, is when the government rolled out the massive $1.9 trillion American Rescue Plan. That plan pumped a ton of money into the economy, and many experts believe it's one of the reasons we've been dealing with higher inflation over the past few years. Let's break it down further. Different components of the CPI tell us where prices are rising the most. Food prices were up by 0.2% in July, which continues to be a pain point for many households. Shelter costs, which have a significant impact on overall inflation, rose by 0.4% and are still up 5.1% compared to last year. These increases in shelter costs are a big deal because they account for a large portion of the overall CPI. Meanwhile, energy costs remain flat, which is a bit of relief given how volatile they've been recently. But here's the kicker, the data we really care about is the CPIW, or the Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners and clerical workers. The CPIW for July showed a 2.9% year-over-year increase, which is the figure we'll be using to help estimate the COLA for next year. Now, I want to be clear, this isn't the final COLA figure. We still have to wait for the August and September data before we can calculate the exact increase. But based on this first data point, we're looking at a potential COLA in the range of 2.4% to 2.9%. For someone receiving $1,000 a month, that means an additional $24 to $29 per month starting in January. It's not a life-changing amount, but it's definitely a step in the right direction, especially given the challenges of the past year. So, what's next? We still have two more data points to go, one for August, which will be released in mid-September, and another for September, which comes out in mid-October. Once we have all three, we'll be able to see the full picture and make a more accurate prediction about the COLA for 2025. Right now, while it's looking good, don't expect a COLA over 3% unless we see some significant inflation spikes in the next 2 months. But don't worry, I'll keep you updated every step of the way. As soon as the next data point is released, I'll be right here breaking it down for you. So, what does this mean for you? Well, if you're like most Social Security recipients, even a small increase in your monthly benefits can make a difference. While a 2.9% raise might not seem huge, it's a positive step forward, and we'll take any good news we can get. Remember, the final COLA isn't set in stone yet, but we're getting closer to seeing the full picture. Make sure you're subscribed to Financial Futures so you don't miss any updates on this and other important financial news. And if you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and share it with anyone you know who could benefit from this information. Let's help each other stay informed and prepared for whatever the future holds. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care, stay informed, and I'll see you in the next video.